Hello Wildman, this is what we're doing here is we're playing the Populous new version of the beta new version of Populous. I guess we can call it a 3.5. What we're going to do though is a little tool that's sort of very in the early stages of testing right now. This is playing against the computers with like a friend kind of thing. Cooperative mode potentially, but right now we're going to play one of the few single player levels. I'm joined by Tox. He's going to be either my ally or enemy. We can decide in game. We're just going to show you now that it is currently kind of possible to play with the AI. It's in very basic testing, but it's like baby steps. It's quite good to see where this could go in the future for Populous. With the levels we've got, these aren't the real names. So we've got like Pressure Point, which I believe was level 12, which doesn't work too good because in this build the computers don't use the vehicles, and a lot of these require vehicles. So I guess Bloodlust, I think, is Dead Sea, could be a good one. So. The new beta came out today? No. No. It's not ready for release. Far ready for release. But yeah. So we're going to play a Bloodlust. Tox is going to be red. And that means yellow and green will be in the game. As computers, they will be using their scripts from level 12 at level 16. So we'll just wait on Toxicity to click ready. And we can start the game. There we go. Now we can change any other things here should we so choose. We're just going to play default now to reduce the amount of resyncs because the game can crash quite easily. Now I'm just going to pause a moment. Actually, I don't need to pause. I'm just going to change the resolution. So it is going to lag briefly for Tox, but after this it should be good. Okay, now here we go, guys. Level 16, Bloodlust, and there's Tox in the game, and we've also got green here. You can see green is the computer, and they're building their base. They're starting to build the towers with the Braves. Yellow as well is in the game, and they act just like they do in the normal game. So potentially, technically, theoretically, it would be possible for people to design levels, script the AI, and then you have like actual co-op modes. Another idea could be that you might want to play any of the non-4 tribe games levels in the game with a friend. So for instance, let's say you're stuck on level 13, for example, someone could just add the red tribe in next to your reincarnation site, for example, and that could be your friend. You two could then take on the campaign. Who knows? Further down the line, maybe a fifth tribe could be added, and you and your ally can just take on the whole campaign, which would be simple. But if you're struggling with it as a new player, that could be a great idea. Let me just let my brightness up here. There we go. That's something for the year 3000. Yeah, it's exactly the single-player scripts at the moment. So nobody's allied, obviously. You can change alliances, so... Also, this is going to be bugged. So the Matak tribe actually says the Chumara, and the Chumara tribe actually says the Matak. But it's just the way it is. It's very basic testing. This is like... I don't think it's been any more advanced than this, and it's likely to crash or something at some point. Now, Tox didn't start with a pre-built base, whereas other tribes did. I don't know whether that's by design or whether that's just the way it is because he's like he's not the computer coming in. I don't know. Maybe Tox can write something in the message and let me know. Unplayable. Are green and yellow allied? No, nobody's allied. Like I say, I can ally the Chumara or the Matic in this case, but they obviously won't ally me back. And you believe that's something by choice? Okay. Yeah, me and Tox can ally. There we go. We could also do that in the pre-game lobby, so we will be allied before the game even started. And another thing with the beta version, the new version, is that you can actually see who you're allied to now. So on level 19, you will be able to see that you're allied to yellow in the single player campaign. We could start both with already pre-built bases. Okay. So this is any of you out there struggling with the campaign in the future, you might be able to play it with your friend. In the year 3000, there might be entirely new co-op campaigns specifically made for cooperative. You know, which sounds pretty good. Even more so, if the way it is right now, if you're struggling to find someone to play with on the Populous Reincarnated matchmaker, which can be the case because there's times when it's very quiet, especially outside of European peak hours. Let's say there's 4 of you that want to play the map Creators, for example. It's a 4-player map. You've only got 3 people, so you just add a computer that's had some scripted AI. It's going to be very basic, and I imagine Toxic would be quite difficult to script AI. Let's be honest. How much can you do with AI without making it a bit too unfair? But then again, Toxicity himself did make the difficulty levels, so that could be something that can be added to online to make the computer players just that little bit stronger, have that little bit of an unfair advantage to make it easier. And yeah, that's an idea. A free-for-all with AI also playing against you. Yeah, there we go. So you could have like, it depends on the stability of the game, but I don't see why there couldn't be more tribes once we're like in year 4,000, you know, way down the line, and then like 2 of those tribes, 5,000. 2 of those tribes could be like neutral, or they could be allied. Yeah, it'd just be like, yeah. You could have like four players and then one massive AI neutral tribe that just attacks everyone, and he's unkillable, so he's just like in the way. Like, you can't kill their shaman, and they just spawn troops every now and then and send them to someone random. That would be a fun mix. Or you could like bribe him, send him lots of wood, and he joins your team temporarily. Still pathfinding issue next to that. Yeah, pathfinding has not been fixed. Apparently that's a monumental task to fix. It's not straightforward. I'm just building happily here while we're discussing playing. This is something people have asked for a long time. And specifically, what I just mentioned before is if you're able to play with an AI computer on the Populous Matchmaker, it could be very helpful for new players, because new players can easily get overwhelmed, but they don't know maybe the multiplayer maps. But they can learn the maps and just practice them against AI, maybe with a friend. Or someone could train you and take out they could train against the AI. For instance, Pressure Point is basically the map middle ground. So if you just give some default AI there, it'll be playable. And once you figure out how to play Pressure Point online, playing level 17 middle ground is an absolute cakewalk. That would be good. Maybe the computer has maybe the map Juggernaut where it's 3v1, you can have 3 computers versus you, or you could have 1 computer versus 3. Of course, this is way down the line. We're just testing the game. We've got red there is attacking yellow, so we will attack green. Just realized there's no music, guys. Do you guys want some music? No pop music. Oh, I've just said it. Yeah, I wonder why. It seemed a bit weird. You know, in editing, I'll put that on at the start, and then it'll just transition over beautifully. Okay, so you got a balloon. Oof. So in the current build of the Populous new version beta, the AI doesn't use the vehicles. They're bugged in that way. Lots of bugs, but specifically for me, the performance fixes are the best. For instance, I can't even send men to my huts like this. Okay, the shortcuts don't work, which is a shame, but whatever. So maybe us using balloons is a bit unfair. I do have a Bloodlust. I could easily kill these AI players right now. But just to prove we are allied to Red, let's just send some Braves over there and see if Red attacks us. You wish there were 6 player maps, purple and orange, with the new tribe names. Yeah. Don't see why not. The problem is right now it's just time to... and Grandin is basically one of the only ones working on the board. Toxicity is implementing a lot of quality of life changes, if I'm being honest. In this build, can I right-click here? No. This build I can't. This is an earlier build. This is the one that's currently available on the Populous Reincarnated Matchmaker. But in a newer build, you can deselect men while you're holding your mouse button over the panel. Like, right-clicking here, nothing happens, but right-click here, yes. So if you're ever a bit too quick and you're building planned and you're just going to and forth, and sometimes you click here and you end up selecting things wrong, that's fixed in a newer version, but they all have to be approved. So Toxicity makes these implementations, and they have to be approved by Brandon or whoever else on the Populous Reincarnated staff if they approve of it or not. Like the difficulty modes right now probably may go through, but there are other things as well that may not, such as I haven't actually shown these, but you can now I haven't seen them. I would like to see them. It would have been cool. But you get a timer comes on the screen when your shaman's about to reincarnate. You can see the health, the maximum health, I think, of your units. So you right-click a unit, and it actually tells you the maximum health. Also, you can see the progress bar for upgrading a hut, and I think the same when it gets destroyed. So when the hut's been taken down, you can see when it's about to get taken down as the bar goes down. So if there's a warrior in your hut, you're going to know exactly when it's about to lose a level of the hut. True. And they're kind of things that bring it up to the modern game, in my opinion. It'd be quite interesting to know when your shaman is about to come back exactly. I don't see why that would be disapproved. Okay. Error. Try to cast a spell from a player who does not exist. This must be reported to Brandon. Hit C if you don't know what to do. C to continue. Q to quit. D is the debugger. F is to fix. I is to ignore. Can you guys see this on my screen? On your screen? So there's been obviously this is the beta and things are going to happen. Someone tried to cast a spell from a player who does not exist. So did the Red Tribe try to cast a spell, like by the script, but the Red Tribe's obviously not there? It's Tox. I don't know what's there. You can't see that. Must be reported to Brandon. This must be. Okay, so if anyone wants to report that to Brandon, it's a trigger. Okay. It's been fixed in Toxicity's version. Okay. Keep pressing C. 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 Okay, so green went to cast Erode against me, and that seemed to bug the game out for some reason. So that was green. Green was doing the trigger there to go and Erode against me, but then chose not to, and is now... The trigger had no owner. Okay. And now, instead of green attacking me through here, they're actually still scripted to go and attack me, but they're running through yellow's base right now and attacking yellow. So that's worked out well for me. They could have done some damage to me there, because I really don't have any men. They actually do create balloons, but they won't use them. Look at this. Green doing work here. Wow. They were meant to go for me and went to wreck the Chumara instead. The fifth player would have been the fifth player trying to cast. So yeah, obviously for myself and Tox, this isn't going to be difficult to play. That's why I say in the future, if people make specific maps and specific potential little campaigns for cooperative mode, make the computer really difficult. And oh, hey, whoa! Why that tower? It didn't do it. They just killed all their own men. Apart from that fire, them two fires. Ah, yellow. There goes yellow. Toxicity's now under attack. See? Okay, so after what? After 12, almost 12 minutes, the AI kicks in and starts doing things. Now something just happened here. Tox just crashed. Okay, Toxicity just crashed, so the game, he's gone out of the game. Game's frozen, disconnect, okay. And then all of his men changed to mine, because I'm his ally, okay. So this is now one of Craig's large huts. The colours haven't changed. This probably shouldn't be enabled for single player, but this is like a choice you can have in multiplayer. So if your ally quits or disconnects, you get all their buildings, and the tribe colours will change, I think, in the recent versions. This one they don't. So we've just been given all of these guys. These are our huts, so we can dismantle it and whatnot. It does look weird having red, blue men go inside red huts, but that's how it is. That's how it is. Okay. Sure, now we could wrap this up. We have an army of braves. Could we kill yellow with just 120 braves? Probably not. How about green? Green's a little smaller, but they have a lot of preachers. Welp. I just tornadoed my own warrior hut because I thought it was reds. I got confused, guys. I got confused. So there we go. The computer uses scripts from the original level. But there's a few bugs in the version right now, so it's not going to work perfectly. Let's... Am I getting some men here? I'm under attack. I'm under attack. I think this is a good enough show. I've just shown you guys that it's now in testing possible to play Populous against the computer with another human being, with another player. And if this becomes stable in the future, like what, 5, 7, 24 years in the future, very helpful for new players, very helpful for players who maybe are antisocial, don't want to come in the matchmaker and play online, they just want to play with their friend, and they come into the Populous Reincarnated forums where you get most of the tools for this, and they'll download it, they'll download the new version or however it's going to work, and they can play with their friends. Maybe via LAN, maybe. Ooh! Imagine that, playing LAN in 2018. Well, that would be good. Got a brave with me, bringing some wood. Look at him go. Look at him go. Dead though. He's dead. They'll think it was the beta's fault. Oh, double blast. Double win. There we go. That was this has been a showing of Populous co-op mode, it's been touted as. So potentially cooperative gameplay for Populous at the beginning. In the future, of course, this only works with the beta version of the newer release that's currently in the works. So there's another error. Another trigger that's not working. And it looks like I've got a hard crash this time, so it's all coming to an end, guys. Yeah, my game's crashed. See, he's not doing anything. It's all over. Like I say, it is the beta version. It's not the actual normal game. You have to use a different version, and this version is in testing, and it needs work done before it can be sent out as a stable release. Probably should be touted as alpha, really, rather than beta. I guess, I don't know. It's all nonsense, really. All right, guys. I'm gonna play a funky level now that someone's designed specifically for me. So keep an eye out on this. I guess. I don't know where you can find information about this out at. Maybe the Populous Reincarnated Discord, you can ask about there, or maybe on the forums. Maybe there's information there, here and now. It's not very clear, because it's closed doors, kind of. Okay, take care, guys.